Good morning, I'm WaywornWyrm, and welcome to my channel. And welcome to the first weekly update video of 2018. And it's been crazy the last week. I've been looking at my analytics from December 8th to January 4th, and how they compare to November 10th through December 7th. We've got more watch time. We've got a higher average view duration. We have more shares. Fewer views, fewer likes, fewer comments, fewer videos and playlists, and fewer new subscribers. However, in that time, I released a total of maybe 10 videos. Versus, actually, I think it's between like 6 and 10. Versus the last 28 days before then, I released 16. Actually, I released probably closer to 20. So, we had quite a bit fewer videos. But my community is, I think we're starting to coalesce and become an entity. I had a really wonderful New Year's Eve live stream where I played RimWorld for about 2 hours. And 6 people, well, more than 6 people, there's about 6 people in the chat the entire time, and there were a few people who came and went, but it was at a frequency that it was about the same. And they watched a grand total of 623 minutes in that time, which is phenomenal. It's a little over 10 hours. It's about 10 hours and 12 minutes. And there was about another 14 or so minutes watched that day of other videos. And that makes up the majority of the 815 minutes that have been watched since December 8th. And it's wonderful. I had a really great time on New Year's Eve. Primarily due to the people who are listening this far into this video. Yeah, I'm really thankful for all of you. So that's sort of looking back at the last week. We've got a new subscriber, which is always awesome. We've got more people who are finding this channel from outside. In fact, I just got a comment a couple hours ago saying that my Stolen Lands episode 2 was a good video. That was from, I think they're a baking channel, which is weird in all the best ways. It's crazy. I love it. But overall, I've gotten a lot of comments on my new series, The Stolen Lands, which is good, because that's the entirety of my content at the moment, and will be for another week or two. And speaking of going forward, plans that have been in flux for a long time are pretty well solidified, if we're all being honest right now. And they've solidified as a slightly different thing than I had expected. And what is happening is I'm not leaving a week from tomorrow, as was originally planned. Well, not even a week from tomorrow. It would be 9 days. The original plan was going to be here another 9 days. I'll be here another 2. Early Monday morning, I'm going to start driving across the country with my mom. It looks like by the end of this weekend, all of the stuff that we need to do to help sort of settle everything with my recently deceased relatives' affairs will be done, or at least the parts where we need to be here will be done. So early Monday morning, we will be leaving and heading back home. And I know a lot of my very dedicated fans are viewers, whatever you want to call yourselves. I know some of the most dedicated ones live in Europe, so I figured out a way to help you visualize just how big my trip is going to be, because that's something that a lot of Europeans versus like Americans and Canadians, part of the reason why there's a really big disconnect between them when talking about distances and other countries and such. So imagine you're in Moscow and you decide you're going to drive to Lisbon, Portugal. And then, once you hit Lisbon, Portugal, you decide to turn around and drive to Cologne, Germany. That's about as far as I'll be driving. And on top of that, we have a ridiculous amount of snow. In the last month since I've been here, we've had almost 100 inches of snow. And converting that into meters, it's about 3 meters of snow. But luckily, we should still be fairly early in our first day when we drive out of the majority of the snow, when we should spend about half of the first day, most of the second day, and parts of the third day without snow. Although it might not it might take us more than 3 days. It might take us 5. We're not going to push too hard. We have 9 days. So what that means for the channel is I'll be able to check in occasionally, but that's about it. Now, luckily, I've been planning on running more of the Stolen Lands for another about 2 weeks. And so I have the next 5 or so episodes sketched out. And with those 5 videos sketched out, I should be able to record the first 2 of them at least, and get those up on the channel and scheduled for release between, one on Tuesday morning, one on Thursday morning, and hopefully I'll be back home by Friday to have a normal Friday update video. That is about all, though, so tune in Tuesday, and we should have the Stolen Lands episode 4 up.